Good evening, my fellow viewers, my fellow little maggots. I hope you are all happy, healthy, and well today. And anyway, I was just having a shower, okay? And just want to tell you about this just before I forget, because I can't go on stream and shit like that, right? I've got too many stooges, man. Stooges everywhere, like a third party, little phone call, little maggots, right? So anyway, I go in to take a shower, and the garbage bin is leaking oil. Okay, someone has put oil in the garbage bin. Okay, now of course, I'm told I've done it, and I'm being told that I've done it deliberately, in order to cause mess and whatever. And as if you would do anything, deliberately, knowing that this woman is going to scream her head off. I mean, what kind of an idiot would do that, right? But only feminism, you see, boys. Feminism, it's that's what it all deals with. It's just strict, pure feminism. They know best. They know all. You cannot tell them anything. They don't believe anything that you say, and they don't listen to anything that you say, and they know everything. Okay, and it's just pure vag power. And this is, 10 months after we've got 2 months to go. She's just a horrible, creepy fucking woman. And she thinks she's an absolute angel. So she's in there screaming at me. I swear to God, I went in there to have a shower. I got a towel in my hand. She's screaming her head off about me, about this oil. I can see it all over the floor. I absolutely know nothing about it. I haven't cooked anything in the house the entire week because I thought about it. I thought, hang on a minute. No, all I've had is I cooked an omelette in the morning, and you don't need oil for that. So, like, I haven't used any oil, like, I swear. That's what I said to her. I haven't used any oil. It's nothing to do with me. Of course, she's gone off her head and said, no, of course it isn't. We did it. Rah, rah. You're just blaming us. The whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, was a stinking. I wish I had my phone. I honestly wish I had my phone. But I was going in having a shower, and it's come out of nowhere, right? So they're all screaming in there, man, fucking going off their head. So I'm in the shower, and I'm just, casually just mentioning how much of a great wife she is, and you haven't done shit. You don't do shit for your husband. You haven't done anything for him. The whole marriage, you've done deliberately to just kill it. You've strangled it. You've done the best you can to drive it apart and get me off the property, because that's the whole game here, ladies and gentlemen, is to get me off the property, and they've wanted that for a long, long time. The mother's already moved in. The father's due for his retirement soon, and he wants to move over, of course, to Australia. So she wants her whole family living there, and it's just been that plan for a long, long time. And you can't fool me anymore. There's no good me, tricking myself anymore and telling myself what am I doing wrong and all that kind of shit. That's finished, right? Because it's just bullshit. Because that's the game they want you to play. They want you to think it's always your fault. It's never their fault. They never take any responsibility. That's what shit about women is. This feminism fourth wave is, ladies and gentlemen, is they never take responsibility for their own actions, their own words, their own actions, yeah? That's your fault. It's your fault she said this. It's your fault she's... Well, you know what I mean? And they're the ones that are doing it, right? But it's your fault. So it's just, she's in there screaming. Anyway, cut a long story short, I just ignored her. Swear to God, ladies and gentlemen, the old Charlie would have just copped it sweet and cleaned up and all that, right? But I didn't do that. I didn't create any of that mess. I didn't do that, okay? Anyway, so I went in, had a shower, and come back out again. And I went into the kitchen, and they've got an oil pot. They use for their old oil. When you cook your food, you use old oil, you pour it into a container, and they've got a container on the counter, and it's empty. The container's empty. So I went to Mum, and I said, "Oh, look, Mum," like beforehand, before I noticed it, I went into Mum and said, "Mum, I don't know anything about the oil on the ground or anything. I haven't cooked anything. It's, I swear to God, if it was me, I'd just say, yes, I'm sorry. I'd just clean it up. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what an adult would do, right? He's not going to stand there arguing about where if he's made a mistake. He just cleans the shit up and says, yeah, not a problem, So she's now demanding that I leave the property by the time they come back. That's the long and the short of it. She's now demanding that I leave the property by the time they've come back. That's her answer to it. And so I go into Mum, and I noticed the oil pot on the thing there, and I went into Mum and just asked her about the oil pot. And she said, yeah. I said, Mum, this goes in the garden. When you empty it, you put it in the garden outside. And Mum, oh, outside? Oh, I put in the bin. She put the oil pot, because it's solid, you see, it's solid oil. And she thought it would stay solid. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we all know it melts, and just room temperature it'll melt, and bang, that's what's in the garbage. So there you go. I had nothing to do with it. There's your proof, rah rah. But I'm still being blamed for this, and I even went in to point it out to Mum that because Mum realised what she had done and realised that I didn't do it, right? So it backfired on him a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Um, and it's just horrible to see this person, jump on anything she can, and just tear it apart like a fucking pit bull. But this is how she's been her entire marriage. She's just waiting for any opportunity, anything to, and it's not even your fault. You had nothing to do with it. You just walked in there to have a shower. You haven't done, you know what I mean? You don't know anything about this. Um, and that's what happened today. Like, it was just 5 minutes ago. Yes, I just had to share it because I can't go online and stuff. I want to keep my family safe. I don't want Echo being disturbed in any way by third-party phone calls. So, I have to just make a vid out of it and get it out of me so that I'm at peace a little bit. Because she's very quick to jump the venom. And it's just horrible, ladies and gentlemen, just to deal with someone like that you're in love with and you're married to, and they just want to kill the marriage. They just want to kill it. And the whole object of the game is to her to get to the final point where she can say, no, I want you out by a month and a half, or I'm going to have the police around, and I'm going to have you arrested, and I'm going to do this to you and that to you. And, and I just looked at it and said, you go and do what you want. You just, I'm going to have a shower. I just walked away, okay? Walked away. And she's outside there listening to me now for doing her laundry, or taking laundry off. And she's listening to me. But that still won't convince her. I'm still the one the big bad guy. I'm the big bad person, the big bad man in the marriage. But at the same time, there is no marriage. There is no wife. You haven't, this person hasn't touched you, man. She doesn't come near you. She doesn't talk to you. She doesn't. You're the object of everything wrong in the world. And as soon as you can find a reason to jump on it, you jump on it. And that's fourth wave feminism for you. That's just them being a man. They're the men. They're men. They're not women. They're men. They pretend to be women, but they're men. And my little daughter's then screaming at me to get out, get out. Little Echo's jumped in, because Mum's telling me to get out, get out. So little Echo's jumping in there with the get out, get out. And she actually, says in front of the kids, you deserve that, and that's how you need to be spoken to in front of her, and that. So just nasty, anything they can to get you off the property, ladies and gentlemen, anything they can to get you into that car, which has been the object of the game for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. That's been the object of the game. That has been her whole thing, is how to kill the marriage and to get rid of you. Get rid of you, okay? You weren't. Can't tell me it's a marriage. The whole thing is to get rid of you. You know what I mean? Come on, boys. And they think that she has power. She thinks she has huge power over you. You have to do what she says, and I do nothing about it. So I'm not going to stand there and get abused and listen to her treat me the way she wants to talk to me. And I've got nothing to do. I don't even know what she's talking about, man. But I've seen the mess on the floor, and it's obvious I had nothing to do with it. Otherwise, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, a grown adult would just look at it and go, I'm thinking, oh, hang on a minute, I did put the fry pan oil or whatever I was cooking in there. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'll just clean it up for you. Sorry about that. And that would have been the end of it. Yeah. He doesn't stand his ground and go, no, I didn't do that. I'm refusing to put my hand up for that. And don't accuse me of that and talk to me that way. I'm not married to you anymore. But no, you're not even given any courtesy. You did it deliberately. You did it deliberately. You poured the oil into the garbage because you deliberately wanted this person to get upset and get screaming at you and yelling at you and abusing you. And you did it deliberately, because that's what you do, because you wake up in the morning thinking, how am I going to get screamed at today? How am I going to annoy, like you don't want to annoy the person at all. It's like a sleeping bear. You know what I mean? It's like a sleeping bear. And if you annoy her, the claws and the venom comes out and the teeth come out. But if you don't annoy her, she just goes into her own little hibernation, yeah, like a little bear, a little hibernating bear, and on her phone, and she's happy. But if she thinks you've done anything whatsoever, she'll jump on it with claws and teeth, and you didn't even know what she's talking about. You got nothing to do with it, Anyway, I just thought I'd share my little adventure today. It was just having a shower. And that's what I get for walking in, having a shower at the wrong time. But I hope you're happy, healthy, and well, stream. And I'll try and catch you in the next couple of days. It's like 8 o'clock at night here. The house is in darkness. They're outside picking up their laundry and think that I'm going to, stop what I'm talking about or stop how I'm going to be or whatever because they're there. They're going to get offended, and they get offended by words very easily. They like you to be quiet. You're not allowed to say anything. You just agree with everything. And if there's anything at all, you just nod your head, okay? Just nod your head. That's it. But anyway, stay happy, healthy, and well. I had to share my adventure with you before I forget. Bye-bye.